It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this reunion, honey, because it was very messy, okay? So let's get ready to talk about it. All right, y'all, before I get into this, let me just share this real quick, okay? I hope everybody is having a good Saturday so far, okay? Mine is going well. I can't complain too much, so I hope y'all are having a good one too. Did y'all get into that reunion last night, honey? Because it was a mess. But we are going to talk about it. We're going to go over the reunion, and we're also going to get into Kai's interview that she had with Little Black Book 91. I just finished catching up on that interview, so we'll definitely talk about that. But first things first, right? Let's go ahead and get into these reunion looks, okay? And if you guys cannot hear me, just let me know down in the chat. I got this mic on, so I want to make sure you guys can hear me. So first things first, let's talk about the outfits, okay? Laronda came to serve the girls, and that's just what that is, okay? I liked her dress, loved her hair, okay? I didn't care for the eyeshadow. I feel like out of all of the ladies' makeup, I felt like Alexia had the best makeup because it was really simple. It wasn't like overdone, but I know that Miss Girl Laronda had on the silver and stuff like that. I understand it, but at the same time, like, did you have to give her that eyeshadow too? Because you know what I'm saying, she didn't really need that. But anyway, her outfit was very cute. I thought she and her man together looked really good, so I have to give that to them. Who else? I did not necessarily like Jessica's dress, and maybe it was how she was sitting. I couldn't really see what all was going on with her outfit. So, I mean, I wasn't really featuring it. I also didn't like her hair, this long braid that came all the way down to the ground. I know she was trying to give us something different than what she typically has given us on the show, but I wasn't a fan of it, you know. I thought that Miss Alexia looked good, though. She had on a similar color to what Jessica had on. That she had the bob, the hair was cute, the makeup was cute. I thought she was cute, but I definitely think that Laronda came to serve the girls up, and her man also came to put the guys to shame. So if I had to put it in order, y'all know first place gonna go to Laronda, second place gonna go to Alexia, third's gonna go to Jessica for me. When it comes to the guys, I might have to give it to Sean. He looked really good. I like the suit. I like the detail in the suit. He looked really nice. He came there sharp and stuff. They look great together. And then y'all know second place will have to go to Eric. And then third, I don't know what the hell Darion thought he was doing. Child, Darion looked just as confused as we was as America watching this damn reunion. But let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so they opened up the show with Dr. Nicole. So she come out there, and each couple pretty much go around and kind of express their experience and how things was for them on the show. When it came down to Darion and Alexia speaks on an analogy that Dr. Nicole gave her, saying, you know, let me give you an analogy of basketball or whatever. And Alexia always bet on herself when it comes to basketball. And she was asking her, well, girl, how about now? Are you betting on yourself right now with this relationship? And if so, girl, how is it working out for you? Yikes. What else happened? Alexia says that if she didn't go through this process, she would probably be engaged right now and not know anything. I didn't fully understand what she said until towards the end, because how I was looking at it was like, girl, you was never going to be engaged. What do you mean? If you didn't do this process at all, you wasn't going to be engaged, period. You was going to be sitting right where you are already sitting for these past 14 years with this man. Okay. So let's move on. Sean and Laronda. Laronda has learned that she feels as though she's super enabling when it comes to her man's emotions. Based on, like, you know, when he was crying and stuff, she was rubbing his head and all of that. And she said people was really dragging her for that. And I like the fact that Egypt told her, no, that's love. Because when he was crying and she was rubbing the back of his head or whatever, I didn't think that was being super nurturing or whatever it was. Like, I didn't think she was doing the most in that moment. I felt as though she was supporting her man as he's going through his tears. So I'm like, whoever was dragging you about that particular part, are they not used to their men being emotional or something? I don't know, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. So I'm glad that Egypt corrected her on that. Sir James, baby. First of all, when the dudes came out there, y'all know Sean had this big old smile on his face. But when the dudes came out there, that smile decreased. Sean was not here for the FS, and I was like, Sean, baby, you ain't even gotta act like this. You don't even have to make these stern looking faces that you over there making because you got the girl. Y'all are engaged now. Okay, I was hollering though. Sir James came out there trying to throw some shade at Sean, talking about he's dated women with kids in the past, but when he met her or when Sean opened the door for him, he was like, when am I ever going to meet a woman without a child? Because I thought that was her son. What kind of SHI is that? You over here trying to take shots at this man. Meanwhile, you actually taking shots at his fiance, because now you're assuming that this woman is old as hell with a 30-some-year-old child. Yeah, no, girl, he wouldn't even got no second date out. Well, shoot, she didn't know that he felt that way about her man. Talking about he looked like a child. So then Sean tells him like, bruh, Sean said, bruh, you 40 years old still playing flag football. Come on now. I was like, come on, Sean, with the jokes. Come on, Sean, with the jokes. Sir James was like, say what now? What you say? Yeah, but I used to play professional football. We're not talking about what it was. We're talking about what's now, okay? We're not talking about what was. Let's talk about what's now, okay? You took a shot at my looks about right now. Let's speak on right now, okay? Let's talk about this moment, sir. And you're playing flag football at 40, okay? That's what we're talking about. So I was definitely here for him taking the shot, but it was so funny because Laronda was sitting over there like, all right, sweetie. Okay, sweetie. Okay, we're not going to do this. All right. I was screaming because Sean was with all the shits. Meanwhile, Miss Girl was like, we didn't come here for that. Okay, let's tone it down. Brittany goes on. This is the person Sean went on a date with. She goes on to talk about how she felt like she was misled throughout the date because she thought she was going to get another one. And he was talking about, I guess, like taking a trip or taking her to Florida and stuff. And I wish they would have explored that a little bit more. It was like Egypt just skated over what Brittany said about feeling misled, and she just went on to the next thing. I don't know if she was trying to wrap up their segment real quick because she was trying to hurry up and get to Darion and them like we wanted her to, or what the hell it was. But I was like, you should explore that part of the conversation just a little bit more because that could be, a little entertaining. But she didn't get into it, okay? Laronda is asked about Derek and going on the repeated dates with him. I didn't even know that the fans would have liked to see her with Derek. I said, who said that? I didn't think, I probably would rather have seen her with Sir James more than if Sean wasn't in the picture, more so with Sir James than with Derek. So who said that? But that's what they said. But she went ahead to let everybody know that if Sean was not in the picture, he definitely would be on the roster. And Sean did not like that. If y'all saw his face, he did not like that at all. But he also tried to straighten his face up real quick so people couldn't see that he was truly bothered for real, because y'all know it don't take much for Sean to get in his feelings. It don't take much at all. But that was pretty much everything that went on, within their segment or whatever. So all is well with those two. Let's go ahead and skip on over here to Jessica and Eric. So she said that she was surprised to find out or to see that he proposed. She was surprised about that because they had been arguing a lot, just constantly. So she was kind of surprised by that. But Jessica said that she knew she wanted to be engaged with him when she realized that she wanted to be with this man for the rest of her life. And I'm like, okay, so that was from the beginning. So you knew that from the beginning. Okay, got that. But he gave a better answer to me. He said that he knew he wanted to do this journey or whatever, do this with her once he got to a place where I guess him and maybe her were able to get over whatever it is that they were arguing about, like willing to work past the beef that they had at the time. So that's when he was like, you know what? I ain't gonna leave her for real. We're gonna work through this. I want to be with her in the long run. So let's make it happen. And that's what they did. So Sean speaks on getting super emotional because he was disappointed that the dates were pretty much coming to an end. He thought that they were really making a connection and he wanted to be able to go on more dates. And I'm like, sir, you knew damn well this girl was not going to keep going on dates with you. And I hate it because she knew she wasn't really interested in that man. She was really just going on dates with him. I mean, like a lot of them were just going on dates with people, right? But I feel like the reason Jessica continued to go on a date with Sean was because her man was continuing to go on a date with Leilani, okay? And she didn't want to slip up and be one of them people that had to sit at the house while he was over there on a date. So I think that's what it really was. I don't think he's her type at all, but that's that on that. Leilani. Y'all know Jessica had an issue with the whole touchy-feely thing. And Leilani went ahead and opened up and told her, girl, I'm just a touchy-feely person. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's no offense to you, but, I'm touchy-feely. And I feel like it's not Leilani's fault that she's touchy-feely. I feel like it's more so Eric's fault for not putting her in place in that facet to not, you know what I'm saying, physically, my girl's not gonna like that. I want to keep it in a certain, you know, fashion. Like, let's not do that, right? So Leilani also goes on to speak on when she realized that Eric was actually in love with Miss Jessica. She said it happened when he wouldn't cross certain boundaries. It was just like who he was. He wouldn't go so far to be like, oh, let me get your number. He wouldn't be the one all touchy-feely, all up on her, even though we did see a little hand on the butt, honey. We did see a little hand on the butt. But outside of that, she felt as though he had a lot of respect for her, and it was in that moment that she knew he really cared about her. So what else? Jessica goes on to speak on how she felt like there was no respect within the two of them going out dating and stuff. She felt like it was no respect at all. And then she wanted to talk about going on trips and stuff. She's like, how are you going to sit up there and want to go on a trip with somebody else's man? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And so Miss Leilani had to tell her, girl, when we was talking about trips, he was talking about taking you on a trip, not me. And she got checked right there in that moment. And I'm like, and if that was an issue about her going on a trip with your man, you need to check him. Why would she even think that that's okay for her to do? Go ask him, unless you had the conversation and didn't believe what he said. And she had to reconfirm it for you. Okay, girl. Anyway, Eric says what he learns from this process is that Leilani naturally gives, you know, affection and attention and things. And that's something that he's been wanting from Jessica. So I guess now that she sees how it is with him and another woman, maybe she'll start doing that a bit more, even though Jessica said, baby, shut up, because I do that all the time. Now, whether you want to recognize it or not, this on you, but I do it all the time. Okay, so that pretty much wrapped up their segment before we got to the hot boo-boo mess. Okay, so let's get to it. Alexia, okay, y'all come on in the room, come on in the room, come on in the room. Let me see what some of these comments saying before I move on to this next section as people come on into the room, okay? Yes, I did, and we will be discussing. Let's see. Okay. Is Darion's a lack of accountability for me? I think that's for all of America. I think that's for all of America. I think that's the me in America, child. Jessica was given this reunion. I think she looked amazing. Okay, T. Yes, I didn't care for Laronda's eyeshadow. Yeah, I didn't. I liked how Alexia looked. Yeah, she looked really nice. I agree with you on the looks and the makeup. I didn't like Laronda's makeup. It was too much for her outfit. My favorite outfit in makeup was Alexia. Okay. Sometimes less is more. They're all beautiful. They are. So they didn't need much. Correct. They didn't need a whole lot at all. Jessica looked cute. Okay. Hey, Ben, looking forward to the review. Almost missed it. I'm glad you did it. We just got started, honey. All right. Alexia looked great. Alexia looked really well. Proud to, I guess, see her serving boy bye. Okay. No accountability. None at all. Okay. Agree with Laronda, makeup was too much. If you are going bold on the eyes, the lips should be natural, right? And that's what I didn't understand about the red lip. And I would have loved for Jessica, to have given us a different red lip as well, because I was kind of like, you gave us red lip quite a few times throughout the show. So maybe she just loves red lip. But when it comes to Laronda, I was like, girl, you got enough. Like, attention is already on you. You don't need no bright red lip. But nonetheless, I thought she was super cute, though. I didn't like Alexia's look at all, unpopular opinion. Interesting. I love to see your style, T. Alexia did look good. Let's scroll down. Yes, she meshed really well with Derek. They still hang out to this day. Who hanging out? You mean Sean, Derek, and Miss Girl is hanging out? What you mean? Ain't none of these people getting married, girl. You better not. I hope at least one couple do. At least one. Yeah, that was weird how they just skated over the Florida trip, child. She was irking me with all the extras towards Panama. I don't know why I'm confused about that part. All right. Darion is the guy that tries to holler on the street, and when you keep walking, he yells, F you, child, I ain't got time. F-U-B-I-T. All right, let's go ahead and just hop on in here. Okay, so Darion and Alexia. So Alexia thought they were growing until the process. Okay, she thought they were growing closer throughout the process. And she thought that they would have got engaged, right? Because that was the intent. She says that she was afraid they would have gotten engaged and she would have never found out that he cheated on her had they not had that closure process. Okay. And I feel like somebody else, production, probably knew that they must have messed around because they made sure she had this closure process. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't know that she was about to drop this bomb. I can't get over it. No, when she dropped the bomb and Darion was like, girl, he didn't even know what to do. So Darion speaks on the process. He felt as though it was being one-sided. He told me it felt like it was one-sided because he was doing everything to fix the relationship, but she wasn't doing anything on her end to fix the relationship. I can't. Darion says that he was always going to tell her about Kai. No, that you were not. And I wish you would stop lying. That man sat on that stage and told so many lies, y'all. It don't make no damn sense, okay? I feel like you had a good amount of time. The moment you went to go have closure with Kai, you could have went and had the conversation with your lady. The moment y'all was staying up all night having conversations. Remember when Alexia said that in the therapy? We stayed up all night. We had a lot of conversations. We got a lot of stuff out of our chest. We talked about this and that. Ever since then, things were on the up and up. That's why she felt as though they were growing. So why you ain't tell her that in that moment when y'all was getting everything off y'all chest? So no, you had no intentions on telling this woman that you cheated on her with a woman that you only known for what, probably a week at this point, maybe 2. Try, I can't. What else happened? Then he goes on to lie, bold, all caps, then goes on to lie and say that he didn't see a marriage because his needs were not being met. It's the lies for me. And then not even 5 minutes later, he came back and contradicted his damn self. Girl, I can't deal. And I'm gonna get into Miss Kai, because the first thought that's coming to my head is, as you've been watching this whole season play out and seeing how he operates, and even hearing the lies he said at the reunion, you still don't have no sympathy or anything from this girl over here. You still ain't got nothing. You still refusing to see what it is. Let's move on. I felt as though when he said that about he didn't see marriage, were you just gonna propose to her and give her a hush ring? Is that what your plan was? You was just gonna get, and it sounded like that to me. He probably would have proposed to her, not meaning it, because he did say during the show that if he were to propose to her, it would be because that's what she wanted, not because that is what he wanted. So I felt like he would have proposed to that girl and gave that girl a damn hush ring. He says one of the needs was not met, and one of the needs being that they weren't having good sex. That shit don't even sound right. I probably won't be doing that with you either if I'm sitting over here being suspicious about your behavior and you've already shown yourself to me, to be honest. Over these past 14 years, I can't take it. Girl, I probably would have dipped out before 14. I just said it ain't me this so. All right. So then she says, baby, we wasn't having sex at all. That's the thing that you need to understand. Like, we wasn't having sex at all because she was afraid that he was cheating on her. Okay. And then what did I wrote? I said, if that's the case, and you were afraid that he was cheating on you and you wanted to get, verification, clarification, whatever, on what you were thinking was true, why would you sit up there and say that he's the last person you would have thought to ever do something like this to you? No, that didn't even make sense either on your end, Alexia. I never thought he would do this to me. I thought he would be the last person to do this. To do what? To do what? That didn't make no damn sense, ma'am. But you already had an inkling that he was cheating. The condo was always an issue. So obviously you already had the thought that he would go that far. They go on to talk about Alexia supposedly getting a ring and him having sex with Kai. Darion keeps lying. First he said he never saw a marriage for them. And now he's saying he did want to marry her. And I'm like, baby, which one is it? What do you want to do here? Which one is it? Alexia says that she doesn't want him anymore, and that's her choice. They're not together because it was her choice. And he's telling her, no, it's because I moved on after a week or something like that. I gave you a week to make a decision and you didn't move how I wanted you to move. So basically, that's how I feel. I feel like he was saying, you didn't move how I wanted you to move. You ain't take me back, so I decided to move on to the next person that was already available. A person that was going to be okay and willing to be on the side anyway. Okay, I was really just trying to secure you because that's what my home was. I can't deal. Darion, he speaks on Alexia being a liar. And I'm like, I don't believe she is. But if she is, then that makes you a bigger one. You over here calling this woman a liar like you're not a manipulator and a liar your damn self. Like she out here saying everything wrong. But see, here's the thing. We're not catching Alexia in lies. We catching you in lies, baby. We not catching her in no damn lies. We're catching you. He still, yeah, I feel like he was still been up there, still sitting up there being disrespectful. In my opinion, but I feel like we all expected that from him, right? I think our standards are very low when it comes to expectations of Darion. Kai comes out and speaks on how she liked everything about him and he liked her because he was arguing at home a lot. So he felt like she was a great escape. And she talking about she liked everything about him. Like she thinks he's attractive. She thinks he's this. She thinks he's that. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know where the fuck you see any of this stuff at that you're saying. I don't even know what Alexia saw in him. Okay, he must got good pipe, and that's all that he has to offer. It must be that, because I'm not understanding what y'all damn saw in this man, but we'll move on. Alexia told her that when they were at the house, he would downplay her and say, oh, you don't ever have to worry. You ain't got to worry about her. I ain't really interested in her. My plan is I'm just going to go on 3 dates with her just to make the show interesting or whatever like that. But it ain't going no further than that. And the only reason why I went on the 3rd date was to make you mad. And I'm just like, y'all don't be listening. Y'all don't like literally sit. And I know right now Alexia is doing a lot of like really reflecting and thinking like, damn, that dude was so full of shit. Like y'all don't really sit and think about what it is he be saying. Like really think about that. He said, I'm gonna go on 3 dates with her just to make the show interesting. Then he turned around and said, I only went on the 3rd date to make you mad. Bitch, he went on the 3rd date because he was gonna go on it anyway. That's what he just told you. But he also said what he said in the beginning, I'm going to go on a date to make it interesting, to make you feel good so that when he out there doing what he doing, you will just be thinking to yourself, oh, he just doing this just for the show. No, he wasn't. Where else am I? Kai says that she heard that it was over between he and Alexia. This is what she's saying that she heard, and that he wanted to be with her. And then the questions came up regarding them having sex and when they had sex. And she kept talking around it. She didn't want to really get directly to the point as to when they started having sex. And I feel like it was within that first week, to be honest. Like after that first day, I feel like something went down within the first week. And she just didn't want to answer that. What did he say? He said 3 years. I'm sorry, 3 days. And so Alexia was like, no, don't let him answer because he told us, Kai, we want you to answer. And then she goes back to him to get the answer. And I'm like, all right, so are y'all both trying to keep up with the lie that y'all putting out here for some reason? But because it shouldn't matter because y'all together now. Just be honest. What else took place? Alexia goes on to let her know, listen, my issue is not fully with you. Okay, it's 98% with you and 2% with him because he was my dude at the time when all of this went down. And this fool gonna tell her I wasn't your dude. Why the fuck is we on this show then if you wasn't my dude? That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. She goes on to talk about how she tired of him basically presenting this energy where in 1 minute behind closed doors, he's acting like, oh, I want you back. I'm begging, I'm this and that. And then now you over here sitting in front of Kai and you're trying to dismiss me as though you wasn't just over here trying to beg, as though everything that I'm saying is a lie when you know that it's not. I ain't like it. Okay. What else did I was going to say? I feel like what I put in my notes is this is where women, immature women, this is where they get messed up. They be taking the man's word as bond. Because it seems like a lot of the issues Kai has with Alexia is driven based on what Darion has told her. But I also feel like if a dude is with you and you're a side girl or whatever you are, and he's primarily speaking on his wife at the time and complaining about her or his girlfriend, long-term girlfriend or whatever, then that's where he would rather be at, in my opinion, even though he over there with you. So you should be questioning the fact that he's using all of the time he's spending with you to talk about another BIT. What else? I don't understand why they would even want a guy like that. I don't understand what Miss Kai saw in him that makes no sense. That's that. What else? Kai has taken what I said. Kai has taken whatever this man said for it to be true, and it's not. I feel as though Alexia does not have a problem with you. You have a problem with her. I feel like you made it a problem at some point. At least this is how I'm watching the reunion. And what else did I write? I just felt like she was kind of doing the most. I didn't like that he kind of told her a lot of stuff about Alexia driving more of ammunition for her to come at this girl. Kaya admits that at this time they are in a relationship. At the time of the reunion, they were in a relationship. But she's being asked about whether or not she believes she was a rebound girl, and she says no. I said, I don't know how you can't see that. And for you to sit up here and deny being a rebound, but was still open and willing to be a rebound when you was sucking on that straw, or you was in your food. And y'all remember on, like, was it the first date? I think they went on, or it could have been the second date, and she was in that food and you saw her tongue and stuff, and she's sipping like, if I wanted to go further with you or whatever, would you allow me? If I wanted to kiss you, would you? So that right there lets me know, and to me, it lets me know that you were okay being a rebound if that was the case, and even okay with being a side chick. But now that he's played you, you want to sit up here, and probably even before he's played you, you want to sit up there and deny the fact that you were a rebound. That's what it was. That's what it is. And in the interview, and we'll get to that, and I'm probably going to be repeating that, she tried to use the time frame as to why she feels as though she's not a rebound. Do you know how long it takes for people to get over individuals, especially being in a relationship with somebody for 14 years? It ain't going to take a month or two. So any person they get with in between that time frame, you're a rebound. Sorry. Like, it is what it is. 6 months, a rebound. Okay? Especially if they still are emotionally connected to that other person. It doesn't mean that y'all relationship won't go on and be successful, as we see yours didn't, but you're a rebound. It happens to a lot of people, whether they want to accept it or they don't want to accept it. It is what it is. What else? What else do I have here? Okay, she then goes on to ask Alexia if she thinks that they're in a relationship to get back at her. Alexia says, knowing him the way that I know him, yes. Y'all are. And I'm like, even if she wasn't with this man for 14 years, we ain't none of us been in a relationship with this man to know that, yes, he is using the situation with you and him to get back at her. But not only that, but because he doesn't want to be lonely. Don't they got a song like that? Sick of being lonely? Don't he got a song like that? Try good night. Anyway, that's another reason why he with you, because he's so used to being up under somebody that's going to accept him and all of his BS. So that's another reason why he was trying to, fill whatever void he had going on. What else? Darion goes on to speak on him wanting to propose to Alexia, and Kai was not privy to any of this information. So that definitely ended up making her upset. Kai goes on to speak on feeling away. And she just had like a wall up. She really didn't want to open up. And it's like, girl, your whole life out here now. Well, not your whole life, but most of it. So you might as well open up at this point. Kai goes on to speaking on feeling away about knowing he was going to propose, or at least not knowing that he was going to propose to Miss Girl. And now at this point, she's realizing that, yeah, I was actually second choice. You were. So whatever you were feeding yourself and telling yourself, girl, the pudding is right here. You were definitely second choice. You were definitely a rebound. Had you not opened your mouth, you will be sitting up here watching this man getting engaged to another woman, but sit up here continuing to mess with him and making yourself feel better about the fact that you messing with him. And yeah, they engaged, but they probably won't never get married. Try by. What else we got? Alexia tells her, because Kai also goes on to tell her, like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong and I don't owe you nothing. And Alexia tells her, girl, I never said that you owed me anything, but you don't think that it's weird or wrong for you to mess around with a man that's already in a relationship? And Kai is like, no. I said, oh, baby, I can't take it. Alexia said, well, that's fine, girl. Let me tell you this. Thank you. Thank you for your services, okay? Thank you for your services and taking out the trash for me, girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then Kai and Darion proceed to call Alexia trash. What? She ain't even doing that to neither one of y'all. If anything, she done brought y'all on the show for y'all to reconnect with each other. So everybody, I guess y'all all gotta not reconnect, but to connect. Maybe everybody done won. Okay, she done brought y'all on the show for y'all to connect with each other and for y'all to go ahead and remove the trash from her house so she can move on with her life. Okay. A whole mess. So Kai ends up leaving the stage because she really is upset. So she need a break. And then what I didn't like that she did, and I'm probably gonna bring it up again, y'all, because I got it in my notes. I'm following my notes. But Kai gonna say that she didn't feel like she was a rebound. Are you sure? Because you went in that back room and you closed that door and you started screaming and asking him, "Are you a rebound?" And you wanted him to keep it honest with you. Girl, don't be 32 with kids and gullible. That's not adding up. That's not adding up. All because you want some DIC. What? All because you want to say that you got somebody. You're not sitting up here listening to what it is that they telling you. Girl, y'all better start recognizing these flags that be popping up. I'm telling you. So Kai didn't want to go back out on the stage, and I feel like she didn't because she was embarrassed. Okay, and I felt like she didn't want to prove Alexia right in anything. And I feel like Alexia got her right where she wanted her, even though she wasn't trying to get her in that moment. She was just trying to get her to see, you were a rebound. This is not a genuine relationship. It's not really going to go anywhere. He's just using you really to get back at me and so that he doesn't be lonely. So she didn't want to go back out there on that stage. So what did she do? She decided to just have Egypt come to her. I love me some Egypt, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. That's my best friend. But anyway, Egypt comes out there and she starts talking to Kai, and Kai feels as though Egypt wasn't understanding her feelings in this entire experience. And I'm kind of like, but hey, you ain't even sitting up there understanding Alexia's experience. And Egypt ain't even got shit to do with your stuff. She just hosting it. This other girl is directly affected by what happened between you and her man. And you're not even trying to understand her side of it. But you want to sit up here and tell Egypt that she didn't understand your feelings throughout this entire experience? Girl, go have a seat. Go have a seat. Get all her bags. Correct. Get her bags. Yeah, the one in the corner too. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, and is her Uber outside? Because she can go ahead and take her home. Okay, she want to sit up here in front of somebody on her experience and her feelings, but she ain't considering nobody else's who's directly affected with this. Who brought this man on the show so that she can be engaged to this man in hopes of getting therapy so they can get engaged. Girl, good night. I mean, you did help her. You did help her a little bit because you definitely took out the trash girl. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong as a woman with understanding another woman's experience when it comes to being cheated on and infidelity and all of that, right? But I mean, girl, it is what it is. What else is going on? Yeah, so Egypt tells her that neither one of them deserve that. And basically the common denominator is him. He's the one telling all of the lies. And I really wish Kai would sit down and think about all of the stuff that you do know about this woman, or a lot of the things that you feel about this woman is coming from him. It's like, you don't know if he really keeping it real. I don't know why she just held so true to what he was saying and didn't even consider the fact of why this lady even got this man on the show or anything. But, you know, whatever, girl. Kai tells her that Darion was telling her everything. And I believe this, though. I believe what Kai's saying. She said Darion was telling her everything that Alexia was saying about her. He was telling you everything about Alexia and we witnessed this when they were sitting down at the table at the restaurant. When they both were dating in the same location, he was telling her about, and I'm like, why is you sitting up here telling this girl that your girlfriend sees her as a threat? And that's probably something that ain't never come out of Alexia's mouth or anything. But one thing about him, what he strikes me as is a person that enjoys mess. And there's a lot of men out here like that, right? They'll sit up there and tell you something negative about the side chick or girl B, and be sitting up there telling girl A stuff that girl B said. See, they like to keep that mess going on so that you guys can never get on one accord and see him for the works and what it is he out here really doing. It's a lot of dudes out here that's like that. They love having turmoil. They love drama. They love it, honey. I don't understand it, but that's that. What else happened? Dr. Nicole, she tells Darion and Alexia before they really move on to anything, they need to heal themselves. Please. Oh, let me get back to Alexia real quick, because Alexia, I do not know the guy's name. What was that guy's name that came and sat next to her? I can't even think of the guy's. Was it Chris? I can't remember, but the first guy she went on a date with, he came and got up off that seat where he was sitting over there with Darion them and went to go sit over there with her. Period. Went to go sit over there with Miss Girl. And I can't remember if I saw it on the show or if it was a clip on their own TV. But, you know, she went out on the dates with a few guys, two of them that she had come back. The very first guy she went on a date with at the batting cages. It is Chris. Okay, thank you. Just here. Thank you. So they ended up, you know, sitting next to each other. So if she's dating him, I wouldn't mind. But I'll be honest, I wanted her to go for a dude in the middle that she was playing basketball with and hooping with. I was like, that's who you need to go for, because it seemed like they had a different type of chemistry. He seemed like the type of guy that know how to handle conversations right. You know what I'm saying? Or disagreements correctly is what I mean. So I'm like, I think that's the guy she should have chose up on. But I see that she really liked the first guy, probably not just his physique, but also he completely the opposite, right, from Darion, and that he listens to her. He really gave her the time frame to really vent. And it was cute to see that he was kind of interested in her too. So I was like, okay, that man got up and sat next to her. So hopefully they are going on some dates. And I really hope that Alexia does not rush into the next relationship. I hope she does take her time and she just date around and explore. And girl, give yourself some time, and ain't no telling she gonna end up finding that guy, and she gonna better have about 3 more kids, like 3 of her own, not 3 more, but 3 of her own kids. And so I think now she done left him behind, that toxic, that dark cloud that was hanging over her. Now she can get some sunshine coming into her life. Okay. And I'm so glad she has a televised experience so that she can just witness, like if ever she considered trying to reach out to this man or go back with this man, she can sit up here and watch all of this documented footage on how disrespectful he was to her this entire time. So everything that she was thinking about her relationship, she was right. You know, like he gaslit her a lot throughout her relationship. So ain't no second guessing now, dear. Everything that you probably thought it was, it is exactly what it was. So hopefully she'll, you know, take this whole experience into consideration as she move forward into her next relationship. But also not holding that person, her next person, not comparing them to him or sitting up there and blaming them or putting issues off on them that really stem from a previous relationship, if that makes sense. So hopefully she does heal herself as she moves forward in another relationship. So good luck. Okay. Dr. Nicole, she taught Jessica and Eric. No, she only spoke on Alexia and Darion. So when it came to Jessica and Eric, this is what we learned. They building a house together in Orlando. I'm not gonna lie, I was 1000% shocked to hear this, but it seems like they are moving forward with their relationship. They're not going to get married now, but in the future, I do think they are going to get married, because even though I felt like, you know, when Leilani came along, I would have much rather him be with Leilani. Eric is showing me that obviously it's something deeper with their relationship than what we may have seen or witnessed at all. So I'm like, I think they are going to get married. I do. And I think she's probably going to give him that baby that he wants. But we'll see. Hopefully they give us an update, honey, in a few years and see how that's going. Because we know, I think this month, I believe Shay and Mike of last season put a ring on it. They've gotten married. And you know, a lot of us didn't expect them to get married at all. I know I was one. So they are definitely getting married or have already gotten married. Sean and Laronda, they have yet to set a date as well. They're continuing to grow within their relationship and within their separate careers. But make no doubt about it, they are going to continue to be together. And when y'all get married, just send my invitation. Y'all can send it through Instagram if y'all would like, okay? However y'all want to do it. Thank you. We appreciate you. Okay, let's move on, okay? Because I know y'all is here to get into this interview that Kai had with Little Black Book, honey. But before we get into it, y'all know I got to go ahead and scrape through y'all comments so real quick and see what y'all over here talking about. Let me see how far up I want to go. Oh, who y'all talking about, girl? How could she not know about the proposal when he told her at the last sit down that he was going to work on it with Alexia? Agreed. Maybe she only thought that they was just going to work on it and wasn't going to get married. He wasn't going to propose to her. I don't know. I would have thought that, because that's the whole purpose of the show, right? Kai is emotionally unstable. I think she's emotionally and mentally. Kai thinks that she got a price. What she mean she got a price? Oh, you said prize. Kai and Alexia both believe Darion lies. They know he's a liar, but still repeat the lies. Darion is a user. Of course, it sounds like women that begin with these dudes and they be in these situations like friends with benefits or situationships, and the dude's presenting to you how he is and who he is. I don't want a relationship. I this, I that, da da da. But they continue to hang on, thinking that they're going to change something about him. And once he changes, they're going to be the ones that impacted that and caused him to change. No, ma'am. He's telling you what it is. Take it for face value. Skip on. Right. Shout out to Erica De Niro. Please read the Yelp reviews, honey. Kai came out the gate with a whole attitude for a new reason. Darion deserves the majority of the blame, but Kai is not going to make me believe she did nothing wrong at all. And I agree with that. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see. I'm so sick of being lonely every night while my man's hanging out on yes. Okay, so I wasn't crazy, right? They are that is definitely their song, and that's exactly true. He's sick of being lonely. That's why he went over there. For Kai, it was self-esteem issues. She thought she beat Lex in getting this man. She needed validation. Okay, Kai is not bright. Do people really see Darion as handsome? He looks sneaky and not that great to me. Girl, he can't even open his eyes. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, and I feel like it's not fair for me to drag Deontay over on Life After Lockup because he don't open his mouth when you got somebody over here like Darion that won't even open up his eyes. Can you even see the bullshit that you're doing? Okay, that's not making sense. The fact that Kai thinks she won is just ridiculous. She's real slow. If she thinks Darion would treat her better, and she learned that lesson very, very quickly. And it was very interesting to hear in this interview that she said, it only took me a month. It only took me a month to see how bogus he was, in so many words, right? She was like, it only took me a month to see how bogus he was, not no 14 years. Yeah, but you still went back, though. That's the gag. So how long did it really take you? Don't be saying a month when you know it took you longer. I can. Let's go ahead and scoot on. Do better. I love that Egypt checked them on going after one another. Women really need to stop doing this because it's exactly how the Darions of the world thrive. But I have to say, in Alexia's defense, I didn't feel like she was really trying to come at her. She even did what I think most women should do, which is my issue ain't even with you, G. My issue is with him. And I feel like I kind of connected with that because I too had an ex that, cheated on me many years ago. And I was one of those people that reached out to her like, hey, I found out that he's dating you. Like, it's no beef or whatever like that. Like, girl, you can, it's good. You can have him. Do y'all know the girl went off on me? Y'all know I pulled up on her ass though, right? Because bitch, you're not gonna say a whole lot of stuff if I ain't gonna pull up because I ain't gonna do these social media wars with you much longer. Okay. But outside of that, I understood where Alexia was coming from. Like, girl, I'm letting you know it ain't even no beef. It ain't no issue. Like, it's not even anything like that. But they be so wrapped up in what the dude is saying. You know what I'm saying? They be so wrapped up in what the guy is saying and they just go along with that and they take it for word it's bond because it makes them feel good or something like that about themselves inside. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Kai is so childish. Her and Darion belong with each other. She can replace Alex as the woman he lies to all the time. Oh, Alexia. Replace Alexia as the woman. Right. Like, how is she easily siding with Darion? That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes no sense. And the only thing that I could connect it to is the fact that it made her feel better in what she was doing. It made her feel better in messing with this man and to just come at her and take shots at her and stuff. She took his word for bond, but here's the gag. A lot of things that Alexia was saying about him, not just you started to slowly see, but you didn't want to see that part. That's the issue for me. You didn't even want to see that part, but let's go ahead and skip on down, y'all. I got to get into this interview, okay? I have to get into this interview. What you talking about on what? Why? It took her a month because he cheated on her within the 30 days. Like, he couldn't even keep it together for a whole month. How you gonna get him is how you lose him, period. And because she mentioned that too, but we'll get into it. Okay, so Little Black Book, I'm gonna say LBB because I'm probably gonna get tongue-tied trying to say Little Black Book all the time. So LBB says he asked her about the expected proposal for Alexia. I didn't really like how Kai started this interview off because she was really trying to give us dryness. Like, she gave us the past interview he did with her that I couldn't even get through. I said, I'm not gonna deal. I can't even watch this. She's not trying to give us anything. The contracts are over. It's done. The reunion is done. It's over. Girl, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation now. Okay, you're not with him. You ain't really got to deal with the Alexia drama too much, girl. Let's have a conversation. And she was kind of like not really giving us that until she had to open up her notes or whatever. So she says that she didn't hear anything about a ring. She says it was like, she did feel like it, like, damn, like that's what we were doing. She says, but he reassured her that he never went and got a ring. I'm like, and you gonna believe that? So it seems like you just keep moving the meter for his lies. That's what I'm not understanding. What else she said? She said she doesn't feel like she didn't get played. And I'm like, how do you not feel like you got played? What the fuck? Kai admits to coming on the show originally for exposure, but with them hanging out time, on the show and outside of the show, she said that's excuse me, that's when she started taking a liking to him. Kai says that Darion is very likable. This was the gag for me. I said, girl, cut the cameras. Cut it off. Because she talking about something, he's very likable and he's charismatic and he's an alpha male. I say, in what ways is he an alpha male? That don't make no sense. And see, as I watched this interview, y'all, it started to make me think, y'all the same BIT. You and Darion, y'all the same BIT. Okay? Y'all be saying stuff, and then when y'all talking, it be contradictory, and I be like, girl, it don't make no sense. Neither one of y'all want to hold each other to on accountability. Like, y'all don't want to do any of that. It's not making any sense. Let's move on. What else? I'm like, it's toxic. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all had a lot of toxicness going on. She says he brought the relationship idea to her. Now, I was like, oh, no, wait a minute. Not him bringing it to her. You sure it wasn't you? Because it seems like you also put it out there originally that if I want to kiss you or if I want to do this, then would you allow it? Or how would you feel about that? Then you turned around and it's like, did he really bring it to you or did he bring it back to you? Because when you were on the show, how it sounded was you were trying to get him to break up with Alexia because you wanted to be with him. And that could be based on everything that he was telling you about her, whether it was true or not. But you wanted to be with him. So it seems like he brought the relationship back around to you, to give to you, because that's what you had been wanting. But he only did that because he already saw himself on the outs with her. And he said that on the damn thing when he was like, I gave Alexia a week to try and, get back with me. And she didn't. So I moved over here. And then she had the audacity. This was shocking for me. She said that she talked, at first she wasn't really interested in it, right? But then her family told her that he seems like he's a really good guy and that she should go for it. I said, your family didn't watch this show? So your family, ain't nobody see this show, ain't nobody cut it on. Nobody cut it on to see how this was playing out, how this was laying out. I refuse to believe. Girl, that seems like your family just goes along and your family are your yes people and they go along with your foolishness. Even if it's not good for you, they just go like, yes, girl, do it. Whatever you want to do, we're here to support. No, ma'am. Somebody should have put a door stopper up because, girl, you need to cut it out. Don't go no further. Stop right here. What else did she say? She stands by the fact that they had sex like after the third day. I still don't believe that. Now, I wasn't there to confirm or to deny anything, but I'm sorry. I don't believe that. She goes on to say, because this is when she pulled out her notes at this time, because she was like, baby, I need to pull out my notes because this is a whole lot. So let me get it together. And this one, she really started dropping some tea. And I was like, my mouth was dropping because I was shooken. So she says that Darion asked her for her number on the second date, but she took the notes. So I'm like, okay, it was the second date, girl. So he asked for your number on the second date. And then by the third day, you went ahead and smashed him. Whatever y'all want us to believe. She brings up them holding hands and how they was, it was none of her idea. And this was kind of weird to me, right? She says when they was holding hands in the restaurant, it wasn't her idea. And it sounds like she was saying that it was a friend's idea, a friend of Alexia's idea for her to hold hands with her man while in this restaurant. So I'm over here trying to play the game. Like, who would say this? And I'm wondering, are you trying to say that it was Dr. Nicole or are you trying to say that it was a producer? Which one was it? Who are you trying to say told you to go and hold this girl's man's hand? Because at first when she said it, I was thinking, okay, so Darion put you up to this. But when she went on to talk, she was saying that it was a her. So if y'all know, y'all let me know. Okay, boom. So she was saying that it was production, somebody in production. Okay, got it. Because y'all know, first right out the gate, I started thinking about Dr. Nicole. I was like, girl, are you trying to say, I'm like, a Dr. Nicole wouldn't do that now. So there's that. What else we have here? So yes, I made a note that what I learned in this interview is that Darion told her too much of Alexia's business because she said Alexia was complaining about them riding in her her truck, and he goes so far. First of all, this I can't. I'm trying to. I'm like, do he have a car? Sorry about that, y'all. But I'm like, do he got a car? Does he have a car? Where is his car? Why did he drive her truck to come and get you. Questions that need answers. But I understand if she did not know at that time that it was her car. But I believe later on she did find out that it was her car and it was a truck that her dad helped her get. And I'm like, why you got to tell her all that? And even if it was like a car that her dad, it's hers. Like, what do you mean? Okay, so I didn't understand that. He just told this girl too much of Alexia's business. And I would never, ever want to be with a mother like that. Ever. I just, that was foul. And it's like, Kai, you need to be careful, because if he's out here telling the business of the woman he was with for 14 years, lack of loyalty and everything, then imagine what he'll do with the business you shared with him in such a small amount of time. And you're dealing with a man that's a manipulator, a man that don't want to take accountability for anything, a man that's a narcissist, a man that loves messiness. He never sits in his actions and the shit that he do, but as soon as somebody does something that he doesn't like, he goes into this get back type of mode where he try to get you back or something. And it's like, nigga, this would have never happened had you not done what you did. You need to go back and think about your shit. He never considers why a person is reacting. He never considers a person's reactions based on his own actions. What else is going on? A question was asked, how did Alexia know about them sleeping together? She says she don't know, but what she do know is that she says that Alexia has some people in the apartment complex or the condo area that she befriended to get photos and stuff for her. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, y'all let me know. Some people, I mean, that she could have some friends, but it don't mean that she really asked somebody to take pictures. Sometimes people just look out to look out like, hey, look, I just saw this person over here do what I'm saying. So, I mean, she could have asked, she could have, but guess what, where Kai get this information from, and she sticks so strong to it. She said, Darion told me that she had some neighbors. And see, Darion, he just reminds me of somebody that I've dated. Like, it makes no sense. Like, it probably wasn't even damn true. Darion could have been lying to you just to be talking about some shit. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, the sky could be blue and Darion gonna tell you the shit is red. And it's like, baby, I'm looking at it right here, baby. It's blue and the clouds are white. Okay, but he's still gonna sit up here and have y'all believing whatever the hell it is he's trying to tell y'all, girl. I don't get it, girl. I'm glad that ain't me, girl. But you know, good luck. Let's move on. All right. What else did she say? She did, girl. This had me hollering. Because she says that he's an alpha male, he takes care of her and all this other good stuff, but his car got declined at the Juicy Crab. I said, bitch, not the Juicy Crab. You can't afford Juicy Crab. How did you get your account tied up? And then she said from that moment on, he was taking care of everything else for her. I guess like whenever they went out on meals, went out for dinner, she never had to pay for any meals or anything. And I'm like, girl, are you sure that was his card? Was that his? Was he able to get a new credit card open and stuff? And then that's where, you know, he was able to spend money on you. What was that about? But okay. Let's move on, honey. Kai admits to not damaging his car because she didn't have a place to live. She said she damaged this man's car because I guess it was like after a month or something like that, or a month prior to him saying she damaged the car. She really damaged it because she saw a white woman in his condo. And she gonna sit up there and talk about something. It took me a month to figure out that I need to leave. No, it took you longer. Okay. And then what she said, it took me a month to something. I don't know. But what I was thinking is it took you a month for you to figure out you need to go, but it took his ass less than a month to cheat on you. Girl, good night. Girl, don't even make it make sense for me, because at this point I don't care. No, I don't want it to make sense. Okay. What else she said? She also goes and drops some tea talking about the condo name is an illegal name. I said, not an illegal name. Well, whose name is it in? And she says he has to pay the land, the apartment, the leasing people extra money. That was a bit confusing for me. I'm like, how you get a condo in in a person's name illegally or whatever, and then you got to pay extra? Girl, I don't know what kind of scamming it is. Okay, but I'll tell you, it's in Atlanta, girl, and I would not be surprised. Okay, so y'all may want to pull up y'all names and check y'all names and make sure ain't nobody using y'all name illegally to live in no condo. Be careful, girl. She lets everybody know that she is not with Darion and that she chose to leave him. And I'm like, girl, let him tell it. He gonna say he chose to leave you. Kai does not want to admit that she was played and says that she cannot sympathize with a girl like Alexia because she felt as though she came for her. She says that she can't have sympathy for anyone who comes for her since the beginning. And I don't really recall, y'all let me know. I don't really recall anybody, Alexia, ever coming for this girl. I don't recall it. I just don't. Now, I do recall in the beginning she was coming for her dude for continuing to have these dates with you. Okay, because she knew it could have caused friction within their relationship, and that's what it went on to do. But I just don't recall Alexia really coming at you until maybe after everything was over and y'all had a spar of words and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, I don't recall it, but y'all let me know, okay? She also goes on to call out Alexia, girl, this was messy. She said this girl been cheating for 5 years while she was overseas. No, ma'am, not while she was overseas, cheating on this man for 5 years, and then she had receipts. So she was about to pull those receipts up, but LBB told her, like, I think he told her not to do it or something like that. And then he had a conversation with her, like, let's pretty much keep everything about what was on the show, because when you start to talk about things that people haven't seen or whatever, it can get muddy or something like that. He was trying to tell her. Basically, he was like, girl, keep that type of mess off my thing, because I have a rapport with Alexia. That's what I was gathering. And I can't allow you to like drag her any further on here. I'm gonna let you speak your piece, but when you try to dive down there, we're not gonna go that road, because the villain in all of this is not Alexia. The villain is Darion. The same thing that Miss Egypt tried to get her to understand. The villain ain't her, girl. The villain is the man that you lay down with. Okay. What else she says? She says people thinks that it's her fault that Alexia and Darion are not together. I agree with her on this. It's not her fault that they're not together. It's his damn fault they're not together. Definitely his fault. So she may have been wrong for, you know, taking it further into the relationship, you know, getting into their relationship, you know, having sex with him and stuff like that. But she's not the reason as to why they broke up. That ain't her fault. Blame that. Period. She speaks on Jessica and addresses Jessica because Jessica has so much mouth to say about her as well. And I understand why she may be frustrated with Jessica, because Jessica is on this show. But I feel like had Jessica been like a normal person giving her thoughts on the show, then it would have been like it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But she's also on this show and she's also cool with Alexia. So I could understand why Kai probably felt like Jessica was taking shots. She also went on to say that Jessica talked about how she looked. And it's like, Jessica, let's not. You was the one up there crying and talking about how dark-skinned girls made you feel or whatever when you were younger, because you were lighter skinned, and then here it is, you got so much to say about this girl. Okay. Now, I don't think that Kai is an ugly girl at all. She may have done some ugly things, but I don't think that she's an ugly girl. So let's hold off on that. But she also goes on to bring up her kids. I believe she said Jessica spoke on her kids, and it's like, girl, ain't nobody speak on yours. So why do you feel the need to speak on mine? I understand that part too. You know, in all wrongness that Kai may be in, I have to agree. Girl, you could have sat there and ate your food like Miss Laronda did, because Miss Laronda was walking that line very carefully, girl. Okay, she was like, girl, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm trying to figure out my own situation over here, girl. I'm not gonna tap in on that y'all got going on. Hey, do not put me in the shambles of it all. That's what y'all not gonna do. So I didn't really see Miss Laronda have a whole lot to say about that. But Jessica, girl, you could have said pretty and kept it cute. What else? She also still doesn't accept the fact that she was a rebound. And that's what I need her to do. I need her to accept that you were girl. I mean, what's so hard about that? Whether you willingly took the role or you didn't, that's what it was. And I don't understand how you're not okay with being a rebound person, but you were okay with being a side chick. Yeah, that didn't really go well. Okay, or even willing to be in a relationship with somebody and you knew this was going to be a rebound. He's been with this girl for 14 years. 14 years, and then you merge in, and then you want to use the time frame of how long they weren't talking, which was roughly a month, if that, and then say that you're not a rebound. Girl, whatever you got to say to make yourself feel great, we know you're going to do that because you've already done that when it comes down to everything he has to say about his other woman. You just take his word for bond like it's correct. And he done sat up there and lied to you. And you over there upset with him and you said you be his R's when the white girl was there. Well, I can only imagine what he told the white girl about you. Even though he sent you text messages and started going off or trying to get you back or whatever and started talking about her. So I can imagine what he was saying, girl. That boy is a compulsive liar. Let's move on. She also eventually, at the end, she ended up actually sympathizing with Miss Girl. She ended up sympathizing with Alexia, saying that she could understand what she was going through. But I feel like the reason why she did that was because she knew Black Book was going to keep asking her them questions. Okay? And I think he was trying to get her to show a little vulnerability so the audience could be on her side as well. So I feel like that's why she was like, yeah, I can understand. But ultimately she doesn't want to. And that's her fault. That's that on that. Let me go ahead and get into some of you guys' constant comments. Darion gaslighted both of them and did. I don't think Kai will really feel great. It's just denial. 1,000. She was the rebound side chick, of course. Like, right? Ain't that a weird position to be in? A rebound side chick? Because you started out, that is some crazy shit. You started off as a damn side chick, messing with this man while he had a girl, and then you maneuvered, or not maneuvered, but you transitioned. What, did she get a promotion? Hey, did you get a promotion? You moved over into the role of being the rebound child. And I wouldn't even call that no relationship if I was you, because it seemed like it lasted in less amount of time than the annulment you got when you ended up getting married. So I wouldn't even consider that no relationship in any form or fashion. Okay? We just, what is it? We just be messing around. We ain't going steady. That would have been me. Okay? Kai, I'll be praying for you to love yourself first and find some damn dignity. Now you mad, girl, bye. I agree. Please definitely pray for her, because when women do stuff like this, I do think that just got a lot going on. It probably has a lot to do with her, how she could have been brought up. You know what I'm saying? It could have just been a lot of past experiences with her and ex-relationships that she's had. So, yeah, I think she definitely deserves some prayer as well. What the when she date others after this man had 3 babies on her by 3 different women? Oh, why the fuck wouldn't she date others after this man had 3 baby child? She was a rebound. Laronda was team Lex all the way. I ain't see no tweets showing it, girl. I mean, no messages. Hey, Jamie, this is a scheme that Darion set up to come to us with the BS. Hello? You come on a reality show to put a ring on it, trying to fix a relationship, and then you cheat on your girl, honey. All this drama in a relationship that was less than a year. Girl, try 6 months. Try a quarter. Let's try a quarter. Let's try a quarter, ma'am. All of this drama in less than a quarter. Okay. After Alexia came after her, after they had the dates at the same place. Oh, that's when Alexia came after Alexia came after her after they had the dates in the same place. Gotcha. She not ugly, but she not cute either. Oh, wait a minute now. Darion had kids on Alexia, so she better have been dating someone else overseas. Now, I'm with you when you're right. Okay? I'm with you when you're right, ma'am. If they were off and on for 14 years, Alexia was not cheating. She was probably just seeing other people. Shaking my head, Kai can save it. Yeah, because it was about her, not for her to come on and drag Lex. Why does it matter if Alexia was cheating? He's been cheating. Alexia said that she broke up with Darion when she was overseas, so she was dating who she wanted. I'm sure she got that info from Darion too. Okay, I'm sure she got that info because whatever he tells her, girl, his word is a bond. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Lex didn't come for her. Kai was told by Darion that she was coming for her. And there it is again, the common denominator that don't even get all the heat. Darion was telling Kai this crap, of course. Let's see. One of his other exes said the same thing about the condo being in a fake name. Baby, wait a minute. So is he just Airbnb-ing it? Is that what he doing? Is this just an Airbnb, honey? What is going on? Kai is a fool. Alexia spoke on what she saw on the show on IG. Kai got mad because she couldn't go live and say nothing. Girl, I don't know why. Don't go live and say nothing, because sometimes when you get in these interviews, you don't give us nothing but dust. But maybe, maybe she just be nervous and stuff. Wait a minute. Darion got mad at Alexia for saying she was the breadwinner. He posted a pic of 20 stacks. If that wasn't the childish thing ever to show off your money, people that got real money don't show it. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. Kai has no standards. The bar is low. Child, I can't take it. Let me see if I can get this thing to restart over here. But I thought she had said it wasn't a problem with someone sleeping with someone else's dude. Who said that? Oh, you talking about Kai? Did Kai say that? She showed her on the interview. She is a bitter BI, okay? So do Kai understands that these details make her look bad? They do, right? And I just can't get past. I feel like I can't get past the source of being Darion. Okay, he's the cited source. So it's like it's like citing Wikipedia. When you're trying to write an essay, girl, all of this information is not guaranteed, child. It's like citing Wikipedia. No, ma'am. Anybody can go in there and type some stuff up. And she just used him as a primary source as though these receipts are accurate. No, ma'am, Suzanne. Okay, so it's bad. But he was living in her place and she was a former basketball player. I assumed Alexia was the breadwinner without being told. Of course, because I haven't heard music from him in I don't know how long. It's been such a long time I haven't heard any music from this man. And I feel like he about came on his show to give him a little bit of exposure himself. So him, and once again, me feeling like Kai and Darion about the same person. Not coleslaw and mashed potatoes, not the side dishes. Child, you know this got me thinking about Love and Mary Chunksville, so I can't wait to get into that tonight. Okay. Kai is foolish for believing Darion. His lies were being exposed right before her eyes and ears, and she still was believing what he told her, and that is the gag for me. Let's make that make sense. You got a box of money, but your card declined. So why you ain't bring no cash? Why you ain't bring the cash with you since you got it like that? Child, he is not gonna have me. He not. And I bet you that video was old because he probably got one of them PPP loans, ain't he? Then got that PPP loan and decided to pull out some cash to act like he got it like that. Girl, I can't. I wonder that. I don't know. I wonder how much everybody got paid and whether or not the people that went on the dates received any money as well. I wish Kai would have had receipts of Alexia coming for her in the DMs like she said she did. That part. Where was those receipts at? Why you didn't show that? These side chicks are so out of pocket. They get involved with someone else's man, get mad and talk trash about the main woman. Ariana, Kai, who said coleslaw and mashed potatoes in these comments. I cannot, y'all. But listen, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I thank you guys so much for almost 400 people being in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm gonna go get me something to eat, y'all, because I ain't eating now all day. Okay, I'm gonna go get me something to eat, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.